And this carries into the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here come the Bengals. And CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was, and he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism. Passer.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Tackle made back at the 22.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. This pass complete to Higgins. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Lions have recovered. So now the Lions go on offense in a great starting spot. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches, 53 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And out of bounds right around the 20. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Back to throw. Britt. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Operating from the gun. Britt. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
It's a gain of 6. And it's third down.
From the gun. Britt. Open space inside the 10. That's complete to Moss out of the backfield. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here's the first carry of the game for Zach Moss. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Zach Moss, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turn points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards. First down. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Oh, they'll try a jet sweep here with Higgins. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 29. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the traders take a look, we'll step aside. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
a loss of 7.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with the game because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I'd
for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. DeAndre Swift, the intended receiver that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing again. Britt. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Britt. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A loss of 7 yards. It's 2nd.
Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean, they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
Going with Moss on the ground. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
And And it brings up third down.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he will find his man on the outside. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
The 27-yard line. It's a gain of 8.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The numbers for Mixon last week, 17 carries, 75 yards.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
By the Lions.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
On first down, Swift fighting him off, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
7-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Trey Hendrickson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Throwing on 3rd and long. Britt over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Boyd. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Second and 10 now, Burrow. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air again, Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive line? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. But guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
As they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one. They'll run here with Moss. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
To throw on third down. Britt gets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Lions 7, Bengals nothing.
Off the play fake. Britt. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. On second down now, Swift. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Swift.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Britt. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Jay Hockenson.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the 40.
Back to throw. Britt.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Down and 4 yards to go.
From the gun on third down. Britt. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. The 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals. Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Off-play action. Britt. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Britt. He'll drop this underneath to Moss. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Lions on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain. Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Burrow. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Number 28, Joe.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
On the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and...
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. pushing him away.
Popped it right out there.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, 29 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what? The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how it...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sione Takitaki just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Sione Takitaki.